Hi, I'm Saras Sarasvathy and I teach entrepreneurship at the Darden Business School, University of Virginia in Charlottesville. My collaborators and I have also been working on other cases like the Pup Cup case, where it's basically an entrepreneur who decides to leave a very well-paying job to start a company that sells dog water. I'm being a little facetious here by making it sound like a funny, maybe even a not so bright idea. But the fact is, the entrepreneur did amazing things in terms of getting the product built, even though he had no experience in manufacturing, getting it out there in about 3,000 or more retail stores when he didn't have any selling experience. It's a story of somebody, a truly novice entrepreneur, who kind of did the impossible with an idea, again, that going in is not easy to say is a blockbuster idea. And moreover, ultimately, the firm had to close down due to lack of funds because in taking it from 3,000 stores to 30,000 stores, the entrepreneur would have had to raise $2 million in slotting fees. And that is a number that's really difficult to raise money in the retail space for. It's too big for angels, too small for VCs, and most VCs don't invest in retail anyway. But it is a case that is particularly useful for us as teachers in entrepreneurship, because it's not often that we find an entrepreneur who really is a good entrepreneur and does a lot of things right, and yet the venture ultimately has to close down. So one of the criticisms we hear all the time, and intelligent students will raise this criticism too, that entrepreneurship classes are full of success stories and they don't really get to experience what the agony and ecstasy of it, especially the agony part. So that's the other piece that I strive for in most of the cases I write. And if you think about the 0 to 60 miles per hour story of almost every venture, it truly is agony as well as ecstasy. And to have the students almost experience this as their first venture in the class is one of the things I strive for. So the actual teaching points in a case are important, but the overall experience that the first course that they take in entrepreneurship is their first entrepreneurial venture experience is what I go for in designing the whole course. And I'm hoping that these cases that we are beginning to develop at Darden, and we have more in the works in the pipeline, these will feed into bringing that experience to class, besides just good thinking of decision making, which is what a lot of good cases in the traditional sense do. But the idea of getting students to actually walk the walk of the entrepreneur through these cases is one of the things that is the primary goal when I try to decide which case to write and how to put it together.